All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom, Wakasah, La Bakyar, which is peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners, wherever you may be. Once again, I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland, coming back at you with another video. Lord, will this be edifying? And I'm going to play this clip from this CNN news channel, and I'm gonna let some scriptures come out, and do what we do best, man, which is edify and show you the hypocrisy of these people that reside here in Babylon the Great, aka America, and its wickedness, man. But the title reads: Judge orders Trump administration to stop immigration arrests in LA without probable cause. So let me listen to what Eve and Esau had to say.
But the point is, Donald Trump is basically carrying out a policy that says any individual who is here illegally, in an undocumented status, is liable to be detained and deported. Some of them with process, some of them without. And a majority of Americans, almost 80%, say we should give them a path to citizenship.
Look, I think it depends on how you ask these questions.
This question has been asked the same way. That's the reason I want to use this poll, is because this question has been asked the same way over time, and that's one of the only ways that we can make sure that we're looking at the same thing over time.
But I think there's a difference between people who came here illegally, broke the law, knowingly did that, versus people who want to legally come here and are going through the process that does take a long time. I don't know why you would take a population that broke the laws and put them at the front instead of putting them behind people who are trying to follow the correct process.
Let me rewind this, man, right here.
Who want to legally come here and are going through the process that does take a long time. I don't know why you would take a population that broke the laws and put them at the front instead of putting them behind people who are trying to follow the correct process. Regarding more immigration,
ain't that this is the hypocrite that we dealing with, man. All right, this is the hypocrite that we dealing with, man. He's talking about immigrants, all right, that are here illegally. Right, and this is an old conversation that resurfaces every now and then, but we got to keep bringing it up because it's still fact, regardless of how old the conversation is or the point that we make, is that your group of people, you Edomites, so-called white people, you stole this land, period. You stole this land from the indigenous people that were already here, and decades or centuries later, all right, now all of a sudden you and your people did no wrong. The thing, how you got here and how you went about taking this country, this land from people that are already here before you, all right, that didn't go away. That's still here. That still happened. That's still a part of your dirty history. You people are wicked as hell, man. You had the indigenous people that were already here before your people. Now the descendants of those people they're trying to come back here, whether they doing it legally or illegally. They're entitled to this land because their forefathers or their great grandparents were already here before you. It's that simple. So the thing is, man, you Israelites, because the Israelite chick, she was making some points, asking some questions, or stating some statements, and I don't even know her take on how she truly feels about it. Because when you see these people on these television programs and podcasts and radio talk show hosts, and they're all there for one reason only. Majority of them, I say 99% of them, are there for money and to elevate their status and their life. They don't give a shit about justice. They don't care about what's actually right and what's wrong. As long as they can make the things, that the money that they're after, and their self-interest, they can fulfill their self-interest. They don't care what they say or how they go about doing it. That's why you can catch these people up in their lies, and you can just clearly see that they're not for the truth. Anyway, let me get this real quick, man. So I just typed in Indigenous People of America. And I'm gonna just read this AI overview. It says Indigenous people of the Americas are the inhabitants of North and South America who lived on the continents before European colonizers, man. Slacky, before European colonization. Point blank, period. It says these groups are diverse and encompassing numerous tribes and nations with unique cultures, languages, and histories. And when you look up majority of North and South America, even some of Central America, it's the tribes. And I'm going to bring that up too. It says they are often referred to as Native Americans in the United States and First Nations in Canada. So now that we got that out of the way with who are the original, I just put something simple, man. Indigenous People of America. I mean, and this is what came up. Now that's facts. Now when you look up areas of North and South America or Central America as well, then you have Guatemala, right? Those are the tribes. Peru, all right. It says officially the Republic of Peru is a country in Western South America. That's Jake. Bolivia, I'm pretty sure that's Jake. Chile, that's Jake. Colombia, Jake. Brazil, Jake. Argentina, Jake. Ecuador, Jake. Venezuela, Jake. Panama, Jake. I'm pretty sure about Honduras is Jake. Nicaragua, not too sure about that, but I'm pretty sure you got some Jake down there. Uruguay, Jake. Costa Rica, Jake. You know what I'm saying? These are all areas that I just named. Like I said, they are Jake, man. So how is it that what he's talking about, the immigrants that are here, that are currently residing here, whether they came here legally or illegally, it don't fucking matter, man. Those are the indigenous. They're the indigenous people that were here. They descend from those people, man. And y'all kicked them out, man. Y'all colonized this place, man. So you damn devils, man. You got some nerve, man. You got some fucking nerve, man. But let me get this real quick, man. It's the book of Job 17 and 8. Upright men shall be astonished at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite, man. And that's why you see these tribes, when these news anchors report, they interviewing these people, these so-called immigrants, which a lot of those are our people. And notice they're only going after the tribes. It's the same thing. And not even starting going after you Southern Kingdom, like Levi, Benjamin, and he definitely gonna come for you Judites. But it says the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite, and that's what you see. Like they're complaining about what's taking place, man, what's happening, and the hypocrisy of these devils, man. How these ICE, which ICE is Immigration and Custom Enforcement, they're moving on these tribes and pretty much snatching them out of their jobs, taking them out of their houses, and deporting their asses. And like I said, it's the focus is on what the tribes, man, because it's so-called immigrants of Chinese and other nationalities, but you don't see none of them in the news, do you? This is Sirach 13 and 3. It says the rich man have done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. So here it is, man. The rich man, which the rich man symbolizes a lot of time in the scriptures. The ones that are in rulership, which is primarily Esau, Edom. Here it is. This man has done wrong throughout the four corners of the earth, and still is doing wrong to this very day. And he doesn't have to apologize for his actions. All right, but meanwhile, the poor, which symbolizes you Jakes, you do something wrong, or even if you don't do something wrong, you get criticized, ostracized, blamed, and drug through the mud and through the judicial system, and then you got to make apologies and so forth and so on. That's how we know, like like this system is corrupt. Like when you Jakes, like say you say something about how you truly feel about society or the way society is being ran. If you're an athlete or a so-called man of status, all right, whether you be entertainer or whoever, if you say something wrong about this wicked and oppressive system, they're gonna oppress your ass. They're gonna make sure you feel it. I.e., Kyrie Irving, Kanye West, Manny Pacquiao. You know that nigga Jake. You know when he said that stuff about those moles, he lost what that Nike contract or endorsement. All right, and in other situations as well, man. When Jake speaks his mind about what really is going on, how he really feels, and the oppression of his people and him and themselves, they're gonna Esau is gonna make sure he checks them. All right, and get their ass back in slaving. All right, and they want to make sure they beat that out of you, man. Let me jump down, man. Let me jump down. And this is ultimately too like well, we just need salvation, man, because you're not gonna get no justice here. You're not gonna get no fair shake, man. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, the real problem is really just the wicked is in rulership, and Jake is at the bottom, and they're trying to mix and merge and mingle amongst each other, and it just don't work, man. At the end of the day, we need to be separate from them, and not only separate, we need to be ruling over them. All right, and they need to be separate from us, and they need to be on the fucking bottom and get ruled over by us and the rest of these heathens, man. Moab and all the rest of them niggas, man. It says, Sirach 13:14, love the Lord all thy life and call upon him for thy salvation. And that's what we doing, man. We not calling for the government or anybody else to get us out of these circumstances that we're currently in. We're not calling upon the president, nobody else. We calling upon Yahweh Shem Shah to deliver us and get us out of this hell that we're in. And that's the problem as well, because you Jakes, you still trust in Babylon, man. You still trust that this place has some love for you, man. It don't, man. Matter of fact, get this real quick, man. Fuck out of here, man. This is Jeremiah 15:5, man. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemourn thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest, man? And the answer is nobody, man. The world, man, when you really look at it, man, people don't give a damn about Jake. They don't. Hell, 2/3 of our own people don't even give a damn about Jake. Neither themselves. That's why they act and do the things they do. All right, the ones that truly care is the elect. All right, why do you think we do what we do, man? But nobody cares about you, Jakes, man. All right, that's why all the stuff that's happening within the, in the news and stuff like that, the deportations and how they're doing things unlawfully. Of course, you got people that might speak about something on the common board and say this, that, and the third, and man, they don't really give a damn, man. So all in all, we just got to be separate from y'all, and we got to be ruling over y'all. And it says, Sirach 13:15, every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. And when Esau says you gotta love your neighbor, man, it ain't talking about the person that lives next door to you. All right, your neighbor, the scriptures refer to your neighbor as your own kind, of your own nationality. If you're Israelite, you have to love your fellow Israelite. It's not talking about the heathens, man. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. See, if Esau really loved y'all, he wouldn't be doing that. All right, they will have some compassion and feel for what they're doing and say this is not right, and they will collectively as a whole will be like, you know what, man, fuck that, I'm not doing XYZ. But that's how you know there's no true love here, man. It's all just play on words, man. It says, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? It says, so the sinner with the godly. And ultimately, man, this is the circumstances that we're faced with. It says, what agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor, man? All right, so these are not a hyena, all right, and a dog or a hyena and a lion. You have natural born enemies even within the animal kingdom. It's nothing changed with humans. You have natural enemies and rivals, all right, with humans. And us being the righteous and upright and good in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shah, not because we just say it, but it's based on fact, all right, and how the Lord set it up. we have natural enemies, all right, that hate and despise, us, man, and want to see us, done wrong. So it says, and what peace between the rich and the poor, man. So ultimately, those two are the problem, man. Natural born enemies trying to be friends, all right, are trying to act like they're cool. You know what I'm saying? And the rich with the poor, which that's always has been. Both these things or problems have always been what's wrong with each society. All right, people that try to mix and mingle, that don't belong with each other, is a disaster waiting to happen, or a recipe for disaster. And then the rich ruling over the poor. There are always going to be people at the bottom that are complaining about their current circumstances, and then the rich will always trying to be richer, trying to keep that foot on the necks of you poor. It says, as the wild ass is the lion's prey, in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor, man. So this is what you have, man. You have the rich constantly eating up the poor, and you just have these, injustices that are happening daily, man. As the proud hate humility, so do the rich abhor the poor, man. So this is, like I said, the rich, the people that are, because who's causing those orders to be carried out, where you have SWAT team and ICE and all these other organizations being sent out to do what they're doing. The rich, the ones that control and dictate society, all right, based on their laws and regulations, man. So, but it's all good, man, because we understand that, look, hey, this is about to take place soon, man. So this is Job 20:4 and verse 5. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, man. So this is the thing, man. His triumphing and him on top and winning, it's for a short time. It says, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So his joy in what he's doing, because he's taking joy in doing what he's doing. All right, it's for a moment, man. It says, though his excellency mount up into the heavens, it says, and his head reached unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. It says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night, man. So this is, look, man, this is something that we waiting patiently to see and to hope for. That's why we keep doing it. Keep coming out these videos, keep teaching, keep edifying, because we want to see this eventually take place, and it will. All right, Lord willing, Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing, soon. The last verse, man. Verse 9 says, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him, man. So, look, man, keep preaching, Akim. I know it's getting harder, but hey, it just, we just got to keep enduring, man, until the Lord come back, man. Like I said, Lord willing, sooner than later. Shalom.